Today we're making flaky short crust. So this is one that's not very sweet. It's great for rich, thick fillings or pies. There is another version that is sweet and flaky, but this one is just flaky. It dispels a lot of kind of ideas or preconceived notions that I had about how butter works in pastry. So we start by mixing the flour with a pinch of salt, a little tiny bit of sugar and oil, and then we rub the oil in and it coats the flour. And this inhibits gluten development, keeping the pastry quite short and tender. And then we add a little bit of water, which starts to combine some of the gluten, which has been wrapped in that oil. And when we roll it out, creates these layers, and that's what creates the flaky pastry in this case. So we start by adding our flour to a bowl, with a little bit of sugar, salt, and we just give that a quick whisk to distribute those ingredients. Then we add the oil. So any cold pressed oil will work great. Just remember, think about flavor. So I often will recommend a very lightly flavored peanut oil for things with chocolate, or especially where allergies are not concerned. Cold pressed sunflower, or I just love using extra virgin olive oil. It's going to start to turn into a crumble the more we rub the flour in. You can use your fingertips as well to just kind of rub the flour together. We're just going to coat all that flour. Then we add the sweet potato, and this just lends a beautiful golden color. So as we work in the water, which is chilled, I like to add almost every bit of the water and leave just a tiny bit to the end just in case. But we're going to massage this mixture together and kind of rub that sweet potato that's already been cooked throughout the mixture, and just mix it until it comes together. But we don't want to over mix it. We press the dough into a nice disc. Now we have our dough. We don't need to chill it yet. We want to roll it to make it very easy to handle. I love rolling it between two sheets of paper. And what this does is just helps control how it spreads, and you don't have to worry so much about it being too soft to handle. This is softer than a dough that's been made with butter, because the butter firms up in the fridge. In this case, we will be rolling it out between two sheets of paper to keep it all together, and it's much easier to handle. So depending on the shape that you're going to roll out, should determine the shape that you're pressing it down into. So because I'm rolling to line a pie tin or a pie or a tart case, whatever you call it, I'm just pressing it into a round flat disc. And the first step of the rolling, I'm just going to press the rolling pin across the dough in both directions, just to bring down the thickness and make it easier to roll out. So just turned it 90 degrees, and I'm doing it in both directions before gently rolling it out, using an even pressure to roll it out in both directions. Then I'll turn it around again. This is called cross pinning, and it just means that the pastry shouldn't shrink in any weird way, that we're kind of stretching out the gluten in a consistently. Just using starting in the middle and kind of pushing, and then starting in the middle and pulling. And just repeating that until I get the thickness that I want. In this case, it's 3 to 4 millimeters. And there we have it. That's our nicely rolled pastry.